Child, can you hear me right now? I am not speaking from a distance. I am not sending words across some empty space between heaven and earth. I am here closer than the air that fills your lungs, closer than the thoughts that race through your mind before the day even begins. I am in this moment with you, and there is something I need you to know before another hour passes without you hearing it. I have been watching you carry something that was never meant to be carried alone. I have seen the way your shoulders hold a weight that no one around you seems to notice. I have heard the prayers you whispered into the darkness of your room when the world was asleep. I have felt the tremble in your heart when you smiled at people and told them you were fine, when deep inside you were asking me where I was. I heard you then. I hear you now. I have never stopped hearing you. You have walked through a season that felt longer than it should have been. You looked at others moving forward, doors opening for them, lives shifting into something new, and you stood still wondering what was wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You are exactly where I knew you would be at this moment. And I want you to understand something that your tired mind has been struggling to believe. My silence was never abandonment. My timing has always been preparation. If this message is speaking to something deep in your heart, I want you to leave a word in the comments. Let others know they are not alone in this. I want to speak to the part of you that has started to believe that your story is the exception, that my promises apply to everyone else, that other people get the breakthroughs and the open doors and the answered prayers. But you have somehow fallen into a category where those things do not reach. You are not the exception. You are not outside the reach of my love. You are not living a story that I have lost interest in or walked away from. That thought is the enemy's most used weapon against people who are closest to receiving what they have been asking for. He does not waste elaborate schemes on those who pose no threat. He uses the quiet, grinding lie that maybe this time, maybe for you, it is different. It is not different. My faithfulness does not have exceptions. My love does not have categories. You are mine fully and completely, and what I have spoken over your life has not expired. I see the questions you wrestle with in the small hours of the morning. I see the way your mind reaches for certainty that has not come yet. I see the disappointments you buried quietly because you did not want anyone to see your faith shaking. But your faith shaking is not the same as your faith failing. The tree that survives the storm is not the one that never bent. It is the one whose roots went deeper during the shaking. In the waiting, in the uncertainty, in the seasons you did not understand, I was growing something in you that cannot be rushed. Roots do not grow in the sunlight. They grow in the dark, in the pressure, in the unseen places. That is where I have been working in you. I need you to hear this. The enemy has been telling you a very specific lie. He has been whispering that you have waited too long, that the window has closed, that the person you used to be is gone, and the person you hope to become is too far away to reach. Do not believe him. He speaks that lie precisely because he can see what you cannot. He can see the edge of your breakthrough. He can see the door I am about to open. He knows that one word from me will undo months of his work against you. So he presses harder when you are closest. He shouts louder when the silence is about to break. I am telling you now, the silence is about to break. There are things I have been holding in trust for you, not withholding, not forgetting, not setting aside because you fell short. Holding the way a father holds a gift for his child who is not yet ready to carry it, who needs a little more time, a little more strengthening, a little more rootedness before the weight of blessing does not crush what was meant to be carried. You have been that child, not weak, not forgotten, being prepared. You see delay. I see design. You see a door that will not open. I see a door I am building on the other side, one that will be exactly right when the time comes. You see prayers that seem to bounce off the ceiling. I see every single word you have ever spoken to me, held in my hands, none of them lost, each one accounted for. I am a God who answers. I am a God who acts. And I am moving now in ways you have not yet been able to see. I want to speak to the specific pain you have been carrying, the one you do not talk about, the one that sits underneath every other worry, the deeper ache that you have learned to walk with because you did not know what else to do with it. I see it. I have always seen it. and I have not turned away from it. I have not told you to fix yourself first and come back when you are better. I meet you in the ache. I speak life into the dry places. I am not waiting for you to have it together before I reach toward you. I am reaching toward you right now, in the middle of the mess, in the middle of the uncertainty, in the middle of the unanswered questions. This is not a moment to rush past. Stay with me a little longer. I want to address something directly. There are voices in your life that sound reasonable. Voices that use the language of caution and practicality to slowly talk you out of the very things I have put in your heart. Not every voice of reason is my voice. Not every person offering you an alternative is sent by me. Some of the most persuasive voices pulling you away from the path I have set before you will come from people who love you and mean well. The enemy is strategic. He uses familiar faces and familiar voices because you have already given them access. He would rather not fight you directly. He would rather have someone you trust do it for him. This is why I keep calling you back to stillness. This is why I keep asking you to test what you hear against what I have spoken to you in the quiet. When my peace is present, I am in it. When the peace disappears and anxiety fills the space, something else is speaking. Learn to know the difference. It will protect you more than you know. There is an enemy who works very hard to keep you too busy to hear me. He is not subtle. He fills your mornings with noise before your eyes are fully open. He floods your mind with worries and comparisons and voices that do not carry life. He knows that the moment you stop long enough to hear me clearly, everything changes. He knows that my word planted in you is more powerful than any strategy he could use against you. So he specializes in distraction. He works to keep your hands full and your heart overwhelmed, so that my whisper never has room to land. But you are hearing me now. That means something. That means something, and you reach toward me today even when the distractions were loud. That is not small. That is the beginning of everything. I am not asking you to have perfect faith. I am not asking you to feel strong when you feel worn down. I am asking only this: give me your ear. Give me a moment where you lay down the weight of figuring everything out and simply listen. You do not have to perform for me. You do not have to bring me a polished version of yourself. You can come exactly as you are, with every question unanswered, every wound still fresh, every fear still present, and I will meet you there. I always have. I always will. If you have felt unseen in this season, I want you to know that I see you. Not a general you, not a category of people you belong to, you specifically, the details of your life that no one else knows, the parts of your story you have never found words for. I know them. I was there when they were written. I am here as they unfold, and I am the one who holds the end of your story, and I promise you, it does not end in the place you are afraid of. Do me a favor and share this with someone who needs to hear it today. You never know who is holding on by a thread right now. There are things that were taken from you that I am going to restore. Not a lesser version, not a partial return. I am a God of restoration that goes beyond what was lost, that brings back more than what was stolen, that replaces what was broken with something stronger than what was there before. The relationship that fractured and left you wondering if you would ever trust again. The confidence that was knocked out of you by words spoken over you that should never have been said. The sense of purpose that went quiet in a season when nothing seemed to be working. The joy that used to come easily and somewhere along the way became something you had to work to find. I am returning those things, not because you earned them back, because I am a God who restores, and your story is not finished in the place of loss. I need you to begin to hold yourself differently. Begin to see yourself the way I see you, not the way the failures have taught you to see yourself, not the way the voices of your past have labeled you, not the way the hardest moments of your life have defined you. Those are not the defining things. I am the one who defines you, and I call you chosen. I call you placed here on purpose. I call you someone whose best days are not behind them but ahead of them, built by my hands, timed by my precision, released in my season. Start right now by telling yourself that today is not the end of the story. Tell yourself that what I have said about you is more true than what fear has said about you. Let that become the voice you return to when the others get loud. There are people I am bringing into your life, not yet visible but already chosen. There are connections I am arranging that will shift the direction of things in ways you cannot engineer yourself. There are opportunities that are already in motion, already on their way to you, already prepared for the season you are stepping into. But you must be close enough to hear me when I say this is the moment, not next week, not when you feel ready now. My blessings are tied to obedience that moves in real time, and real time means responding when the door opens, not standing at a closed door wondering why it never moved. I need your ear. I need your heart. I need you to trust that what I am asking you to do, even when it does not make complete sense to your natural mind, comes from a love that sees further than you can see from where you are standing. The enemy knows you are close. That is why the pressure has been so heavy lately. That is why the thoughts have come harder, and the discouragement has felt more specific. He is not attacking someone who is failing. He is attacking someone who is on the edge of breakthrough. Arrows are not shot at things that pose no threat. The intensity of the opposition against you is evidence of the significance of what is coming. Do not read the resistance as a sign to stop. Read it as a signal that you are going in exactly the right direction. I have carried you through every storm that threatened to take you under. You are still here. You are still standing. Not because you are exceptionally strong, because I am exceptionally faithful. And I will not stop being faithful now, at the edge of the very season you have been praying to reach. So now, my beloved, let me tell you plainly what I want to place in your hands. Freedom, not a partial freedom that fades under pressure. The kind of freedom that settles into you and holds even when the world shakes around you. Freedom from the fear that has been speaking over your life. Freedom from the shame that tells you that your past defines your future. Freedom from the smallness that the enemy has tried to convince you is the real size of your life. That is not your size. That is not your story. You were made for more than that. And more than that is what I am leading you toward: peace. Not the peace that depends on circumstances lining up correctly. The peace that sits underneath everything else. That does not move when the ground moves. That does not break when the pressure builds. I want to give you that peace in a way that becomes your default rather than your emergency. That is available to you. It is not distant. It is as close as your willingness to stop striving long enough to receive it. Purpose. The kind that makes sense of the detours, that makes even the painful chapters feel like they were building toward something real. You have been asking me why. I am answering you now. The path you have walked, including the parts you would never have chosen, has been shaping a capacity in you that could not have come any other way. You are not behind. You are not off the path. You are on a road that looked like a detour, but was always the way I intended. I am not asking you to feel this immediately. Feelings follow slowly sometimes. I am asking you to choose to believe what I am telling you before you feel it, and watch what happens when you do. Watch how the peace begins to come. Watch how the fear begins to lose its grip. Watch how the direction begins to become clearer. It starts with the choice to trust my voice above every other voice that has been competing for your attention. The days ahead are not going to be without challenge. I do not promise you a path without difficulty. I promise you a presence that goes with you into every difficulty. I promise you that you will not face what is coming without everything you need to face it. I go before you. I stand beside you. I am your rear guard. Nothing that comes against you approaches you without first passing through me. That is not a small promise. That is the promise of a God who does not make commitments he does not keep. My sheep know my voice. I want you to know it so well that when everything else is loud, you can still find the thread of what I am saying to you. Not because you are spiritually advanced, because you have chosen to make space for me. Because you have decided that my voice matters more than the noise. Because you have turned your ear toward me in this moment and in every moment that follows, child. I should not have to beg you, but I will, because you are worth every word I spend reaching for you. You are worth my persistence. You are worth the call that comes again, even when you have not answered the last one. I do not grow weary of reaching for you. My love does not run out. My patience does not thin. I keep calling because I know what is on the other side of your. Yes, I know what becomes possible the moment you fully turn toward me and stop running in the other direction. So here is what I am asking. Right now in this moment, stop. Quiet the part of you that is already planning the next thing, already calculating what comes after this, already rehearsing the worry you will return to when this is over. Stop. Let my words settle into the places in you that are still dry. Let me speak to the questions that have no human answer. Let me carry what you were not built to carry alone. I am here. I am speaking. I am reaching toward you with a love that does not waver and a plan that does not fail, and a future that is better than the one you have been afraid of. All you have to do is listen, and then take the next step I show you, and then the one after that. The life I dreamed for you before the world began is still the life I am building. It is not too late. You have not missed your moment. I can redeem time. I can restore what was lost. I can open paths that look permanently closed. But it begins here, with your ear turned toward me, with your heart open to what I am saying. Come, let me lead you into the chapter I have been preparing. Let me take the weight you have been carrying and replace it with something worth carrying. Let me show you who you are when you stop listening to everything that told you who you were not. I am here. I am not leaving. I will not stop calling until you fully hear me, and let what I am saying become the anchor your soul has been searching for. Type Amen in the comments if you receive this word today. Let it be a declaration that you are choosing to hear me above everything else.